Alright, so I want to show you where I've ended up so far. You could see in this kind of iteration here, I've added a exposed full-size USB port at the top, and you can see that the power bus, which is actually not up here anymore. So this hole here would be for the HDMI, and then you have the USB port over here. And I'll explain why that had to change, at least from what I'm working with so far. But you can see there's a little bit more wires. Most of the wires now are related to this USB port. So if we go around here and zoom in a bit here, it is essentially just a full-size USB port. And what I've done is the 4 pins on the back, kind of exposed them and then soldered these 4 wires to make my own USB cable, which is this. And that USB cable attaches to the test pads on the back of the Pi. So on the right here, you have power and ground. And then up here you have data, plus and minus. And that allows you now to kind of pull power off of these pins and kind of input data into the Pi through these pins through this USB port. So this becomes kind of a pretty flexible input device. You could put in a Bluetooth dongle, a Wi-Fi adapter, a USB stick with games. What I was thinking of is, like I wrote in the comments, another USB controller to do 2-player. I think it gives you all that flexibility. But in order to use this additional USB port, the headroom on the PowerBoost 500 wasn't enough. When I tried with the 500C, what was happening is anytime I plugged something into this port, it was shorting out the whole device. So I would try the 1000C, and that worked well. The difference though is on the 1000C you could see the JST connector is actually on the opposite side than the 500. So if you remember in the original design, what I had basically was the Pi here, the PowerBoost kind of next to it, and then the battery next to that. So kind of everything was self-contained on the controller PCB. But because of this JST connector being on the opposite side, I actually ended up having to sandwich them a bit like this. Which kind of makes things a bit different to fit. And you can also see this is where now I have the power cable kind of going down to the bottom right here. So overall, some different changes. It's not as clean as the initial builds, but I think we're sacrificing some cleanliness for some flexibility here, which is nice. I still have a lot of work to do on this. You can see the soldering is not really that great. I did a lot of this just to test out connections and make things work. And so far so good. The other thing though is now I have to make all this fit, which is proving to be a little bit more difficult than the first build. So yeah, I need to find time to finish this. I'll get there eventually. I'm working on a few other projects right now, but I hope that this actually gives you some inspiration. Maybe you could find other ways to do this. Actually would be super helpful as well. So any riffs on this would be really good. So just a quick overview. USB port at the top with a custom USB cable kind of made out of our own wires. And that is wired to the test pads on the back of the Pi. Use the PowerBoost 1000C to get a little bit extra power headroom. The wiring for this to the Pi and the wiring of the PCB to the Pi is exactly the same in the original build. So the solder points don't change for that, at least in this version. And you can see now I have the power cable. I basically cut a slot down at the bottom here to kind of put the power button at the bottom. Hope that helps for now, and I'll hopefully try to finish this up. I just, like I said, I need to find time to do it. But let me know what you guys think. Thanks so much.